Hello and welcome to another episode of Tales of Arise. Let us just get in. We are on our way to Renner. Fight a giant ass spirit. Cause why not?
It would appear that our Helganquil host really has fulfilled its end of the bargain.
You know what that means. Time to go to Rena.
I guess this means we should give that warp drive a spin.
There's nothing here. This weird ocean we're surrounded by just stretches out everywhere. Is this really where the Helganquil come from?
I don't sense even a trace of astral energy. This world is dead.
Then this must be the Hollowing.
You mean to tell me this whole world, the entire ocean is that stuff?
And it's covering everything. The entire planet.
This is what the Great Spirit does. After it depleted this planet of every last speck of astral energy, it went after Dana.
So arresting. This world of doom.
Back in its day, Rena was probably just as vibrant as Dana is. But after being robbed of its astral energy for so long, those days are gone and past. This is all that will remain.
So the Great Spirit took everything. It stole energy not just from living beings, but the land, the sea, everything.
And it bound the Helganquil in servitude until their whole world was nothing but this. And by the looks of it, that's how it remains to this day. A world of death and emptiness.
With nothing left here to consume, the Great Spirit turned its sights on Dana, looking for another host.
You're saying if we don't stop it, this is what Dana's going to look like?
We can be sure that even these few remaining remnants of Renan life will not be spared in the end.
If the oblivion and darkness both Shion and Naori saw comes to pass, nothing will survive. It looks like we can climb down from there. Let's take a look.
So this is Rena. This is where everything began. Yet it's a dead world?
I won't let Dana suffer the same fate, ever.
A hollowed ocean as far as the eye can see. What do you think would happen if we fell in?
What do you mean, what would happen? You'd drown, wouldn't you?
Come to think of it, I don't believe I've heard of someone ever trying. Perhaps you'd like the glory of being the first?
Nah, I'll pass.
This is essentially a world-sized Renan graveyard. Are you proposing to disturb the dead slumber just to satisfy your curiosity, Law?
No, because I said I passed.
Taking an interest is understandable, but let's not forget where we are. This place deserves our respect.
Looks like we're not going to be hearing the end of this one for a while.
You'd think I was already snorkeling in it or something. So the idea is to seal the Great Spirit inside the Renis Alma using the Sovereign and Maiden's power. But just how do we do that exactly?
I'm guessing it won't be as easy as holding a spirit channeling ceremony at our leisure.
I already had wielded astral energy once 3 centuries ago. As for suppressing her thorns, Shion's had a lifetime's experience. The problem isn't just our enemy's strength, it's that it's sentient too. And you can bet anything you like it's not going to just sit back and let us destroy it.
In other words, we need to find some way to weaken it in advance. The Great Spirit, that is.
Back when Shion's thorns flew out of control, we were able to deal with them directly. If this is their host, they should be even more corporeal here.
If that's the case, it should make them easier to attack at least. And if we can manage to divert enough energy away from the spirit's core, even temporarily,
We might just be able to weaken it enough to steal the Renis Alma, which we can then use to seal it away forever. It won't be easy, but it's our only shot. Time to buckle up. Question for you. Let's say, knock on wood, everything turns out for the best.
What'll the world be like? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of this, do you really think everything will be that different?
A lot will have to change, that's for sure. The world will have to adjust to so much. My only worry is if those changes turn out to be merely skin deep.
what do you mean?
It's well and good putting an end to Renin rule. But if it just turns the tables, it's all for naught.
That's true. Just as bad if the Danans started pressing their own.
Renins, Danans, astral art users, mages. The world is full of labels used to divide and separate people.
If only we could see differences like that for what they are. No different to someone having a musical talent or being good with their hands. Not differences so much as characteristics.
It will take someone in power to set an example. But with time, people will follow. And then, perhaps one day,
There will no longer be any need for the example. It will have become second nature.
That's where we come in. We can set the example. Imagine it. A world where magic and astral arts are used to help people. Where that's the norm rather than the exception.
Yeah, you're right, Rinwell. Why wait for somebody else? We can show them ourselves.
Looks like we've warped into that pit of astral energy.
I wonder what Hilganquil civilization was like at its zenith.
I can imagine that'd be something you'd take an interest in.
There's no question it must have been advanced, like none either world has ever seen. We could surely stand to learn a thing or two from such a people.
I get that you're itching to delve into its history, but we've got bigger fish to fry right now.
Put a pin in it, and you can do all the research you want when you retire.
I can think of worse things than a retirement dedicated to research. As for whether Rena is amenable to an aging specimen,
It's a little early to be giving it serious thought just yet.
a man can dream, though. A man can dream.
Oh, we didn't say there's anything wrong with dreaming.
In your case, Dohalim, dreams have a habit of spiraling into something else.
You'll need to stay with us for now, though. You're too helpful to let retire.
Why do I feel this is less of a compliment and more of an ultimatum?
Just a friendly suggestion.
Hey! Hey, I just realized something!
Is this about dinner last night? I didn't realize those ingredients were off.
What? No! I mean, wait, you fed us rotten food?
Rinwell, the point.
Oh, yeah, right. So I was thinking about those armored soldiers we've seen. There are regular Renins inside them, right?
Yeah, they're designed to make whoever's wearing them stronger. At least, I think that's the idea.
Right. So it kind of begs the question then, why are they made so huge?
I don't know, makes them more intimidating, I guess? Or maybe all that tech wizardry inside takes up a lot of space.
You don't think it's weird how the armored soldiers are the exact same height as the Helganquil?
Can't say I'd ever noticed it till now. And?
Connect the dots, Law!
Okay, let me get this straight. You think the armored suits might have originally been designed to allow Renans to work alongside the Helganquil?
Huh. But if that's true, what would that mean?
It would mean... just that, I guess. But still, don't you think it's kind of interesting?
Not hugely. Hey, Kisara, while I've got you, what's on tonight's menu? Because I was thinking, maybe meat?
Get him, Hootle.
What did I do?
Oh, now you want to listen. Keep pecking, Hootle!
Ow, ow, ow! Seriously, what the hell?
Helganquil!
Guess they don't need their Red Woman disguises anymore.
Wait, can you understand us?
It's no use. We're not going to get through to them.
So they really are being controlled. In that case, we've got no choice.
I knew there was something off here!
They're not pulling punches. We have no choice but to beat them at their own game.
Geralt! You're all soaring light spear! Soaring light spear!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! Yeah! Nice technique!
Do it! Jokelim!
Light Burst 4!
Radiant Genesis! Lunar Formation! Do it! Arrow School!
Alphen.
I can't forgive them for what they've done, but I hate killing them. They don't even know why they're fighting. How does that even make them any different from the Dahnan slaves?
Perhaps. However, if we don't make a choice, the guilt of not doing anything will be that much worse.
Yeah, I know. I hate for it to be like this. But if it happens again, you won't find me hesitating to act.
I wonder if we're going to get attacked again.
If we lose heart now, this whole mission is over. We have to...
I thought there'd be more dirt and rocks and stuff underneath the hollowed ocean, but it's all artificial.
I would imagine they're remnants left behind by the Helganquil, seeing as there's little actual land remaining.
It's incredible. Do you think it stretches all the way down to the center of the planet?
Hey, these guys built Lenegis, remember? He probably did this in a weekend.
If they had the power to create things like this, did they really only use those immense capabilities to serve the Great Spirit? Or rather, was that the only use the Great Spirit let them use their capabilities for? We haven't seen anyone here except Helganquil. Looks like this place really is their home planet.
The true citizens of Rena. What a shame that they have become nothing more than puppets to the Great Spirit. To think of the promise their accomplishments once held. They had the potential to be great indeed.
Do you think we could have got along with them? You know, if we had met under different circumstances. Like
Like all of us, you mean? I suppose it's difficult to say for sure. We don't even know if they would see us as being on an equal level with them or not.
I think we may have had the chance once, before the Renan Great Spirit came along and changed everything.
You and Alphen both share an optimism. A strong willingness to believe in hope.
Do you think that's foolish?
On the contrary, I should like to take a leaf from your book myself. In tragedy's aftermath, hope is all we have.
Just look at the size of that thing. And Helganquil's technology certainly is impressive. And they don't seem to do things by halves either. In the past 300 years. Oh, even before that. Just how many people, Renan or Dahnan, do you think have ever seen this?
Regarding the past 3 centuries at least, I'd say there's a good chance that we're the first. Also, while I get that it's impressive and all, I'm just amazed you're still standing around gawping at it at a time like this. Sometimes I wonder about your priorities.
I can understand where he's coming from. More to the point, does anyone know where it leads?
What do you mean where it leads? To the center of the planet, of course.
And that doesn't strike you as sounding just a little bit, oh, I don't know, far? There has to be a quicker way to get there, right?
Yeah. With all this technology at their fingertips, it seems pretty unlikely that they'd make that kind of journey on foot. There must be some kind of device somewhere. Let's see if we can figure out how to use it.
Borrow one of their contraptions? You're either brave or out of your mind.
If it works for them, there's no reason it wouldn't for us. Why make things harder for ourselves?
You know what he's like, Law. Once he gets an idea in his head, there's no talking him out of it.
Is this a dead end?
It appears this whole room functions as an elevator. That apparatus there is likely what's used to control it.
I wonder how the Renans avoided being mind-controlled like the Helganquil. Do you think it might have something to do with the fact that they were originally Dahnans?
I'd say it's likely. Which is pretty ironic when you think about it.
Ironic?
The Renans have committed grave injustices against the Dahnans. But it was all of their own volition, not because they were being controlled. Now, it turns out they themselves were once Dahnans too.
Which must mean that the root of their evil isn't the Great Spirit, but something inherent in all of us. Our free will.
Now hang on, though. It was that same free will that allowed Xion and Dohalim to choose to fight alongside us. Without it, we wouldn't have been able to beat hatred and forge all those connections we've made. Free will is what saved us, right?
Law's entirely right. In any case, it certainly can't hurt to look on the bright side every now and then.
Yeah. Where there's hope, there's a way.
What'd he say?
He said, without a doubt.
What the? Where did they come from?
Less worry, more action. Concentrate.
Here! Do it!
In an instant!
Impact Frost! Airborne Beast. My spec. Look sharp.
Eternal Dark!
Flying freak!
Make it
Why
rain!
can't they just sit still?
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes! More Sucrose?
Keep calm and take them down. Now!
We turn the tape in an instant! Impact Frost!
Freezing
Now,
reinforcements!
take this!
Too shy to come over?
Azure Storm!
Far enough! Now!
Orochi's Fury!
With precision
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Did it!
Yeah! Nice technique!
Take this!
Going in!
You're mine!
Make it rain!
Here I go! Rusty nail!
Not
Make it rain!
More?
Look sharp!
Burning! Hurricane!
In a bind?
You don't have firearms.
Reinforcements incoming!
Not a problem!
Azure
More
Storm!
incoming! Hurricane!
Eternal Devastation! Hurricane Thrust! No further!
Do it! Inferno Cross! Xion! Astral Energy! Full throttle! Go!
More?
Wait! Where would that came from?
Take this!
Denied!
Do it!
Strike!
Not so much. Hurricane!
But better
Make it rain!
The further away. You and I both.
We can really make weapons with this?
Even in such a harsh environment as this, there are still creatures here?
You think they're native to Rena? Or could they be Zoogle somehow?
Whatever they are, they're dangerous. Watch yourselves around them. Think that pit stretches all the way to Rena's core?
If that's true, and if we go down, we should find the Great Spirit at the bottom.
We could get there even faster if we simply jump down instead.
You sound alarmingly serious when you say that.
These structures don't look like anything built by the Renans, or even what we saw in the Forbidden Zone.
Perhaps this is the true architectural style of the Helganquil. Or perhaps the opposite, given their situation.
You mean like how some places favor building stuff with stone, while others rely on wood?
That's an interesting way of looking at it. I'll have to inquire with Hevrecht 35 about it sometime.
Denied! Don't mind if I do. Now, Lunar Whirlwind!
In an instant!
Impact Block!
Looks like it could be worth something. Those thorns.
I'm not letting them get in our way! The design of this equipment is really interesting.
You must really like it, Alphen.
In a bind? I'll smash you!
Denied! How do you like being pounded into shape?
You're mine! You're mine! This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you! Try harder! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! That firepower of yours is really something.
I could say the same.
Seriously? Is this a joke? here! I got you!
In here! This'll come in handy! Annihilation!
Make it rain!
Kisara, frozen!
Hammer!
Nicely done!
All base speed!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Now! Gemini
Marker!
Alpha!
Where are you going?
Now!
Hurricane Thrust!
Smash to pieces! Having astral arts must be tremendous.
They're not all that great, really.
Just imagine. Tornado Duster! Pinewood Polish!
They can do more than remove stains, you know.
We got some good equipment!
I can't say its appearance is to my tastes, personally.
Little help!
Going in! On guard! Those freezing storms smash to pieces!
I tornado!
As if the normal creepy crawlies aren't disgusting enough.
Here's the roll! Radiant Blaster!
This one's mine!
I'm all stuffed up! Holy Annihilation!
Do it!
Lock! Demon's Descent!
Flashing Fang! My fists are crushing it out there!
What's with that shining foe over there? Out of my way! Switch
Here
between
it
turn
comes! And a wailing
Denied!
Mega Ray! On guard! Two heads?
In a
That's not
bind?
even fair!
Here, let me help!
Soaring Light
Look sharp!
Freezing storm!
Hurricane Thrust!
Switch tornado! Lightning meteor!
Let's get you all tucked away!
Hurricane Thrust!
Look sharp now!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! Looks like it could be worth something. Hi, Hoodle! Mega Ray! Glacier Spear! Pierce Evil!
Eternal Devastation!
Wind Astral Energy!
Make it rain!
All yours, Kisara!
Firmament Yanker!
Hurricane!
Now!
Here
Kisara! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Think we overdid it?
My turn!
Not by a long shot!
Confiscated!
Deny!
Devastation!
Hands in the
Freezing
wind!
storm up!
Hurricane Thrust!
Air thrust!
Falling
Came
storm!
between
Your
heaven and
mind!
earth!
Tiger Blade!
Company!
Hurricane Spear!
Their arcs were interrupted!
Devastation!
Raging Cascade!
You're mine!
Spread! Blah, 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 then air thrust! You get
Switch
thrown
to
out!
Devastation!
This one's mine!
Lightning meteor!
Take this!
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well,
I
I'm
don't
here to
even
stop
know the word defeat.
Shield and face!
You're mine!
Lightning meteor!
Further!
And now!
Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
What do you think this place was for? Ah!
What the hell? Are they asleep?
No, they appear to be well preserved. However, they are all dead.
Dead? So this is a mass grave?
Looks that way. However, none of them appear to be Helganquil.
Bear in mind that Renans were originally Danans, who were remade and sent to live on Lenegus. Knowing that, they would have needed a place to perform the procedures somewhere.
And that place is here, I assume.
So what you're saying is that all of these are Danan, or rather, Renan bodies?
Most likely, yes. It must have been abandoned for one reason or another.
There are so many of them. They were all taken away, but never given the chance to wake.
What is that thing?
Something we have to fight if we want to get across, it seems.
Be careful! It's huge!
What is with all the huge lumbering beasts lately?
No ordinary Zoogle. That much is damn sure.
Watch yourselves. All bets are off when it comes to this thing.
Not on my watch!
Denied!
Eternal devastation!
Tornado!
Carve through armor.
Inferno darkness! Freezing storm!
devastation!
Far enough!
Take this.
I illuminate the dark! Holy glimmer!
Tornado! Far enough!
A chain between
Get out
heaven
of
and earth!
this.
Its head is
Weak point? We'll need to bring it down somehow to hit it.
In that case, let's start with the one in the middle. Tiger Blade!
Never see what I can do.
Far enough!
Annihilation!
How about
Radiant Spear!
I can carve through armor.
Far enough!
Lunar Corruption! This looks like Dragon's Heart!
Take it ready!
This one's got your name on it!
Action to action.
Firmament Breaker!
Piercing roll!
Not on my watch!
Take this! Easter!
Flaming meteor!
I never miss! Don't mind if I do!
Far enough!
Lightning Condemned!
Burn!
I'm almost impressed!
Far enough!
High praise coming from you.
I said almost.
Take
Got
it!
frozen?
Hammer!
The hell was that thing?
Probably something that was made here and somehow managed to survive, even after all this time. Not that there's any way of knowing now.
What's wrong?
Oh, I just suddenly found myself contemplating what might have happened to the sovereigns that were meant to emerge from the crown contests.
What do you mean?
You see, the winners of the past crown contests were all strong astral arts practitioners. Furthermore, that enemy we just fought appeared to be composed of several human bodies. It was certainly nothing one would find in nature.
You're saying those were the remains of the winners? That they forgot who they once were?
I'm merely saying it's a possibility.
That's absolutely gruesome. How long had the Helganquil been at this?
It was Rena's great spirit that made them do all of this. Anything to get its astral energy.
We're not gonna jump down, right?
I certainly hope not.
After hearing Dohalim's suggestion, I'm honestly not sure what to say.
I assure you all, I was merely stating the possibility.
So, looks like the Helganquil have been engineering Zoogles too. Why doesn't that surprise me at this point?
The creatures we've been encountering here have been a little different to what we're used to fighting, but I'm pretty sure they're Zoogles too.
Do you think they were engineered using creatures native to the area?
Indeed. However, based on the current circumstances, I would guess these Zeugles are all that's left of the planet's fauna now.
You mean, there might have been native owl species here once upon a time too?
We're back in that other room? Did the teleporter fail or something?
Something feels off about it.
Look! Everything's upside down!
The furnishings are, at least. No, you're right. The whole room's flipped on its head.
So what was once down is now up, and vice versa. I suppose the teleporter reversed our orientation then.
I guess this is the flip side of that pathway we were walking on just a little while ago.
This is crazy. Who knew such amazing technology existed?
Everything's topsy-turvy and that's all you can think about?
Bear in mind, the core of Rena now sits above us. I pray that we won't encounter many stairs along the way.
This will be a delicious piece of cake!
I don't feel so hot.
You should sit this one out then.
And miss all the fun.
No further!
No way.
Go! Onward will run save you!
That'll bring you down! A wailing Jantia will confiscate!
Denied!
Easter!
Got it! Now's our chance!
You're mine! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher!
Searing Flame!
Idiot! Onward won't save you!
Not today!
Back into the fray!
This one keeps charging us!
Make it! That's all yours, Kisara!
Hold up. Is this as valuable as I think it is? What are those? They look like Shion's thorns, and with flowers too.
Not real ones, though. They're just like that flower growing out of Rena.
We must be getting close to the Great Spirit now.
Hey, Rinwell, what was that thing you said about how a little bit of Dana's Great Spirit is inside all of us?
Right. That's why Dana's Great Spirit is so much more diluted. Weak, even. Whether it was a choice so it didn't overpower others, or just the way it is anyone's guess.
If that's true, then wouldn't it mean Dana's will could never form under natural conditions?
Yeah, sounds like that's probably the case.
So if Dana exists within all of us, then what if something occurred that brought everyone's hearts and minds together as one? That unity could potentially act as Dana's will.
You mean if everybody was, like, thinking the exact same thing at the exact same time? Come on, there's no way we could pull that off.
I know it's a long shot, but it might work.
Let's assume that's even possible for a second. Would it even be enough to fight back against Rena's Great Spirit?
If nothing else, it might be an option if we can't use the Rena Alma.
Things are different here than on the surface.
That shows how deeply we've ventured into Rena.
And how close we've come to the real enemy.
So here's a question. We came all this way to Rena on the assumption the Rena Alma's here, right?
Just don't say it, Law.
Yeah, but I'm just saying...
I said don't.
I can understand why you might be concerned, Law. But you need to remember that there are people it affects more directly than you.
Oh, sorry.
We've managed to make it this far believing. Losing faith now won't do us any good. We're better off focusing our anxiety elsewhere.
Such as?
The Great Spirit. If Hevrecht 35's to be believed, our enemy won't just be handing over the Renis Alma to us. At least, not without a fight.
Not only that, but that same enemy just gulped down more than an entire world's worth of astral energy.
Point taken. It may be strange to say, but when I'm fighting, or at least know what needs to be done, it helps me a lot. I don't doubt myself as much. So thanks, both of you. The floor's on the ceiling and the ceiling's on the floor. This whole thing's making my head spin. Why would they even do something like this?
The Helganquil can bend life forms to suit their will. Nothing they could do at this point would surprise me.
The ceiling is on the floor. That doesn't weird you out?
What good is a team made up of members who all share the same opinions on everything? And besides, when you get to be at my ripe old age, one begins to consider it quite uncouth to show one's true emotions at times.
Oh, come on, Grandpa. You can't be that old.
The sands of time wait for none of us, lad.
Yeah, we'll see. Though at this rate, I guess I'll have to live long enough to get as old as you first, huh?
You will. And when the time comes, I look forward to hearing you change your tune on the matter.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Not in your dreams! Burn it
Turn
or
down
damn foot! Glacial Spear! Do it!
Crush! Totally! In an instant! Impact Claw! More
They look
Sucrose?
cute. Keep calm and take them down!
Take this!
Now! Astral Energy!
Say no more!
Well done!
I think reinforcements incoming!
Not a problem! Now!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
There! Do it! Hurricane
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Do it!
Now!
Get toasty!
Burn Strike!
Far beyond the dark
My
Make
turn!
it rain!
You're finished! My turn!
Do it! We
Burn
managed
Spear!
to turn more incoming!
Do it! In an instant! Impact Claw! Not
I'll smash you!
There! And again!
In a bind?
Mega Ray! Now! Annihilate!
All yours, Kisara!
Hold up. Is this as valuable as I think it is?
Zeugles here are putting up a real fight.
That just goes to show how important this place is.
Or perhaps they simply thrived freely here under such harsh conditions.
I don't give a damn why they're here. We'll burn it all.
The astral energy here is so dense. It's like trying to walk through water.
I know the Great Spirit's will is in the center of Rena, but with the world in this state, the entire planet has become its body, right? So doesn't that mean we're already inside it?
I would say that is horrifyingly correct. After all, the further we climb, the denser the astral energy becomes.
What's the matter, Rinwell? Are you not feeling all right?
No, it's nothing like that. It just feels like the energy here is a little more intense than it was before.
You mean Rena's energy?
Yeah, it's like when I made contact with Dana's will in the wedge. It's almost as though I can understand what Rena's will is thinking.
But Rena's will is supposed to be a lot stronger. Aren't we risking the Great Spirit controlling us if we interact with it directly?
I don't think we have to worry about that. Rena's will is only supposed to control true Renans, like the Helganquil. If we can discern what the Great Spirit is thinking too, we might learn something, a weakness. But just to be safe, let me contact it alone.
Are you insane? Rinwell, you're gonna...
Rinwell!
There was only meant to be one world. And your goal is to make them one. Is this fear? What just happened?
Are you all right? Rinwell? Rinwell, are you okay?
No, I'm fine. I think.
What were you thinking? You could have gotten yourself killed!
He's right. You had us all terrified, Rinwell.
I'm sorry. I really am. But I know now. I know how the Great Spirit thinks. I know what it wants, how it feels. Rena's Great Spirit wants to complete the world.
What's that supposed to mean? Are you saying it's trying to make something?
Yes, exactly. Originally, Dana and Rena were meant to be one world. But that never happened. They've stayed separated, and the Great Spirit wants to finish the process.
What do you mean, one world? How is that even possible?
I don't know, but its will is clear. That's what the Great Spirit is trying to accomplish. The only problem is that since Rena's energy isn't evenly spread like Dana's, it seems like it'll vanish before that happens naturally.
So it's trying to absorb Dana while it still can, so that it can force the two planets to unite. Is that what you're saying?
The Great Spirit is scared. But it's not scared the way a rational person would be. It's more raw and undiluted, like just pure fear.
Like an animal, acting out of instinct. Although admittedly, an animal would be easier to communicate with. At the very least, I have my doubts that it recognizes us as sentient beings with a reason for coming here. Earth, water, fire, and wind energy exist in both worlds, but only darkness and light can be found within Rena and Dana, respectively. The Renis Alma, as far as we know, the only host capable of harvesting the astral energy, is composed of all six. Knowing all that, Rinwell's findings do sound plausible.
That sounds a lot like Shion's thorns, doesn't it? The whole reason the Great Spirit is trying to unite Dana and Rena into one world is in order to save itself. And if her thorns are part of the Great Spirit, then they must also be trying to save themselves?
Alphen, what is it?
We thought the only way to free your thorns was for you to die. Yet despite that, they seem to be doing everything in their power to stop that from happening to you. Something wasn't adding up. But then I just realized something. If the Great Spirit doesn't want to die, then neither would your thorns. Those same emotions, that fear, that determination, and its energy must have been the same thing that was keeping you alive. You were its vessel.
In that case, is that why her thorns caused so much pain to anyone who touched her? Because they were trying to protect themselves?
If that's all true, then... well, it's more than a little ironic.
The Great Spirit merely expresses its desires. I imagine it was the Helganquil who were likely tasked with putting together and implementing an actual plan.
Xion.
I'm okay. We need to hurry and clean this mess up before it gets out of hand.
Still, even if the current state of the world is wrong like you said, does that really make everything okay?
If the world had been whole from the start, as it should have been, there'd be no Dana and no Rena, no masters or slaves, no lords, no crown contest, maybe just peace.
To think, all this started because of the Great Spirit's desire to keep living. The only reason it craves energy is because it's dying from starvation. When you think about it like that, maybe the things it's done aren't so strange after all.
If Rena had been more like Dana, things would have worked out a whole lot better.
It's like Hevrecht 35 told us. The Danan and Renan spirits are meant to be completely different beings.
Rena's energy amassing in one place led to its developing a powerful will. But that also made it crave energy, sapping Rena dry until it perished.
Whereas Dana's energy is dispersed, meaning its will never developed to the same extent. And without that hunger, Dana the planet was spared.
As for which is correct, well, I'm not sure it's our place to even say. Still, I can't help but think it reminds me a lot of the dichotomy of the human condition.
Dichotomy? What do you mean?
Those who know not satisfaction are driven to keep devouring without limit. But those who are content with their lot in life rarely fulfill their potential. I imagine it's likely that the larger Rena's Great Spirit grew, the more and more powerful its hunger also became.
Everything in moderation. When all's said and done, maybe that's the hardest thing for people to learn.
Forgive you! Denied!
Annihilation!
Eternal devastation!
Hurricane Blast!
In a vine?
Glacial Spear! I'll shoot them out of the sky!
Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
Take this!
Don't mind if I do! I never miss!
Devastation! Easter!
Lightning only
Devastation!
Fire and
You're
instant!
mine!
Blade!
Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
With your flames and my technique,
We're stronger together than we are apart.
Wherever we go on this planet, there are machines littered everywhere.
It's impressive to look at as a bystander, but I sure wouldn't want to live here with all of this around.
I know what you mean. There are no fish here. I couldn't cook any of my delicious dinners for you all if we lived here.
Clearly the worst point against it.
This will be a delicious piece of cake! Lightning control! Thunderblade!
This one's mine!
Lunar chain between heaven and earth!
Here I
A wailing banshee of steel! Instant!
Glacial
Get on
fire!
there with the others!
By the power of water!
Lightning
Switch to offense!
In a bind?
Light after energy!
I'll smash you!
Photon! Lightning condense!
Here I come!
Feeling so hot.
Take it easy! You'll hurt yourself!
Sorry, didn't mean to make you worry.
It's over! Make it rain! Remove!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
You sure showed them!
All in a day's work.
Way! Rain down!
Inferno! Denied!
Here's the evil!
No further.
No matter what, nothing gets past my shield!
Dance in the wind!
Turn your
here!
blade! Hurricane!
Radiant here! Rod magic!
Not today.
Wait!
Not on my watch!
Far enough!
I never miss! Firmament render!
Devastation.
Look sharp!
Freezing wall! I can do this all day! Ice tornado! Raging storm!
Far enough!
Magic
This!
Mega red! Holy annihilation! You get this! Do it now!
Look sharp.
Lightning Tiger Blade! Make it rain!
Beyond astral energy! Full throttle! I wonder if we can make new weapons with this.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Far enough! This one's mine! Look sharp!
Severing wind.
Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
There you go, Alphen!
It's
So
time to
now,
end it.
I'm right beside you!
We're in good form.
That's far enough!
Devastation.
No
winner.
Soaring light spear!
Sleep now.
Glacial Flaming Meteor! Inferno Crossing!
Get out of this.
This one's mine!
You're finished.
Tiger Blade!
Soaring light spear.
Can't get out of this!
None shall escape my
You're mine.
Take this! Look sharp!
Ray! Let's get you off us away!
The enemy wields ours too.
We'll soon see
In
about
a
that!
bind?
Make it rain!
Magic is frozen!
Hammer!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
So those thorns of Shion's, they're really a part of Rena's great spirit?
Most likely. But only a small fragment of it in the big picture. I don't sense a will of its own emanating from them.
If it's that insignificant, is there that much point getting rid of it?
And with this, I'm ending this episode, and I wish you all a good day, and until next time, goodbye.